Yeah, that's what I said.
Great value wig, still holding on. Queen Ali, sophisticated. I see you. Fun to be blonde. Woo child, Snooky, Carlina. Lala loves Jesus. Yes, Burgundy. She on deck. Wendy, AJ, Nina. Hey girl, Sandra. Hey girl, Kiki. Hey. 1973. I see you. Rita. Webbs. Hey. Angela, P-Mac. Hello. Thank you for becoming a member, Fall Lover. Poetic Justice, I see you. Lisa, Real Spill, yes. Vibes, y'all coming through. The girls is doing a little something. Crackhead Willie, it's the name for me. K Sam Car Marie O. Win Rank, yes. Dana Collins, Latasha Vibes, yes. Not today, Satan. Okay, you had to shut your mouth, Satan. Hey y'all. So let me put myself on my phone. Let me cut the volume down so it don't echo, so I can see y'all as I need to. Hold on. For crap's sakes, because I want to get into it. Y'all know I don't be stalling. We get right to the gettings, right to the gettings. Okay, there we are. Okay, so got news, and we're gonna try to do a little bit of club, because some stuff is in the news that we need to have some conversations on, some real shit. I wanted to talk about one, Flavor Flav. I didn't know he was in a domestic violence situation. Okay, so I'm probably late to the party, but it is Domestic Violence Month, and I wanted to get into the article. I was like, Flavor, sir? Okay. Sir, keep your, what's happening here? This says he is 62. Didn't know he was 62. This happened earlier this month. He was arrested on domestic violence dispute in Vegas. The Public Enemy musician allegedly grabbed the woman, poked his fingers in her nose and face, grabbed her, and threw her to the ground. It's alleged he also grabbed a phone out of her hand. Billboard reported on Wednesday that the alleged victim was someone the rapper was dating, and they share a child. Their child split up the fight before his mother lunged back at him. So she definitely was going to give him the business. Per the police report obtained, she did have a cut on her face. He did willfully and unlawfully use force or violence against the person. And sadly, this comes up right when this man had a year of sobriety. He would have made a year in sobriety. Fun to blind, all the shade my way. Definitely Las Vegas is a hot ass mess. Okay? It's a hot ass mess in Vegas. All the shade. You gotta have a little fun shade here and there. Okay? So, one, you 60 and you beating on people. He's not gonna make it in jail. Okay? I was very shocked Like, I mean, because he ain't been in the news. At least I haven't seen him in the news. So when he made it to the news for this, I'm like, wow. Flavor, he's giving me Bill Cosby in the face. He's not aging well, but domestic violence, you need to go to jail. Okay? You got to go to jail. And she need to press all the charges. Baby daddy, be damned. Okay? All the charges. So I know R. Kelly is probably, what's that song when a woman's fed up? He gotta be feeling, this has gotta be like his last everything. His trial about to start back up. He just, when this trial started in August the 22nd, I really, and I know I've said it before, I know I have, I want to see mothers, families, cousins. I want to see accountability, not just with R. Kelly. He did not stand alone in this. This wasn't a one-man show. And I feel like he needs to be held accountable along with the parents that said, oh yeah, you can take my daughter and go hang out. Here she is. Here he is. When you go to get this trial together for next year, bring them all. Question them all. These parents are getting off scot-free. Set a precedent that we all got to get it. You just out here, and R. Kelly, of course, he's guilty, no doubt. But y'all had your hand in this. Y'all had your hand in sending your children off to R. Kelly. He didn't just go pick them up willy-nilly. You guys helped cover it up. Exactly, anyone. Y'all helped cover it up. Anybody that kept it a secret. Anybody that's up on an interview talking about, well, we all knew. You need to be spoken to and you need to be held accountable. Because this could have actually been stopped years ago. But nobody wanted to stop it years ago. This didn't have to go on that long. It's enough of what happened to Aaliyah with him, but this didn't have to go on this long. Parents, co-workers, all of them, because not everybody, oh, I knew. Well, why didn't you say something if you knew? So I guess we're going to see what that trial looking like. Because, yeah, I'm curious on that one. But don't move to China, okay? If you're not going to discipline your children, keep your ass up out of China. Because look at what China doing. Come on, set the tone, China. Which, I'm going to tell you, y'all tell me in the comments what y'all think. So China said they're going to pass a law to punish the parents if their child misbehaves. Honey, they talking about accountability for show. Ain't that something? They over there in China acting up like that a law gotta get passed? It's trying to draft a family education promotion law that seeks to punish the parents of unruly children. Under the law, parents will be sent to attend training and their employers informed. Why y'all talking to the employers? Thank you, Poetic Justice. I appreciate you joining. Why? I guess if you cutting up and you got to go to them trainers, you get in trouble. They at least going to tell your job so you don't get fired. China said, F this behavior. China's rubber stamp legislature, it's my wine, is preparing to vote in a law that will seek parents punished for their child's behavior. A draft of the Family Education Promotion Law is being reviewed this week at the National People's Congress Standing Committee. The law says parents will be reprimanded and given training exercises if their children show very bad behavior or are convicted of crimes. The draft translated by the China Law Project states that when children misbehave, their parents will be informed and given family guidance services. Honey, they say it's a family thing. Y'all out here fucking up, mama, daddy, nana, all y'all gonna get it. Wow. Imagine if that came to the U.S. Child, let me get this tea. Now here's my thoughts. I got a question. We do know, tell me if I'm wrong, don't we know families that we've seen, even yourself, what if it applies to you? You've raised your child to do good, right? You've done all the right things. Your child is doing good. And then all of a sudden, even though you've done your part, they just do what they do. Kids can be rebellious and do what they want to do. Even though you've trained them right, you're teaching them what they need to do. Would that be fair to those parents to go and get locked up? Baby, China definitely said F them kids. Okay? Guys, if you hear, you hit the like button, thank you. If you subscribe, thank you. But China is not playing. Right? Kids can you can train your child up to do right and they will still walk the beat of their own drum. Should parents be held responsible when they're doing the right thing? What if you go to these classes? Do everything they ask. China definitely said it with their chest. F these kids and their parents. Y'all gonna behave or you gonna go to jail. I saw that. I said, oh, wow. So that's interesting. It says, if parents don't rectify the children's behavior, the parents' employers will be notified and the parents will be sent to guidance training. Damn. The law says the parents are responsible for teaching their children values like to love the Communist Party, nation, people, and socialism, to respect the elders and care for the young, and to be thrifty and frugal. They also put in the law to allocate sufficient time for children to rest and exercise. Y'all, China, they said, get your kids together. In some ways, I think it's great, but I don't think it's fair for some parents who really are doing what they're supposed to do with their children and their child just does what they want to do. Children will do what they want to do. So, yeah. How long is the training? It's a double-edged sword. Can't control some kids. Yeah. Tough love. And they notify the employer. I guess they like, he gonna need time off. The mama, they gonna need time off. They going straight to jail. What about the mental health? It doesn't say. I'm assuming some type of mental health would be in there. Hey, Big Daddy Conrad. You know, I'm like, that was just really interesting to see. I'm like, y'all out here really getting your discipline on. Now let's talk about I Hate Your Guts. Can we talk about I Hate Your Guts? It's two people that they got the I Hate Your Guts spirit, okay? And one would be Dr. Dre's wife. This man was at his grandma's funeral, and she said, that's okay. You got to be served, and you got to go now. Hey, Terry! You got to go now. And serve that man divorce papers at his grandma. They say he got man threw that shit on the floor. I couldn't imagine the fly on the wall when he got served. It's the audacity of the final fuck you for me. And then Ray J really was the epitome of fuck you, okay? That man had pneumonia. They said non-COVID pneumonia, but he filed the divorce papers basically on his deathbed. Y'all, let me tell you. When they sick of your shit, they sick of your shit. We don't care where you at and how we get down. Yeah, China said it starts at home, okay? Child, y'all at funerals, y'all got pneumonia. It said non-COVID pneumonia. Baby, you gotta go. Hey, Coco, you gotta go. I'm trying to serve mine, so I would serve him there too. Listen, when it's over, it's over. Serve from the. I said, y'all out here. This the I hate your guts crew, and I don't care where you stand. You gotta get served and you gotta go. Yeah, some people don't care about Dr. Dre. Yeah, it's a lot of on both sides. I did some commentary on that too. Yeah, honey, Ray J did her dirty with his mother's health, but baby, he allegedly, yeah, he threw it to the ground. He wasn't feeling it. He wasn't feeling it. He was disgusted. Let's talk about Vanessa Bryant. My heart breaks for her. She's already had to endure her husband and child. Okay. I see you in the comments. I love y'all. Thank you. She's already had to endure her child and the loss, right? Look at the audacity of them wanting her to go through a psychiatric exam before her lawsuit goes to trial. Let's listen to this. They want to see what she truly stressed out when pictures of her husband and daughter's bodies got around. Did it really psychologically damage her? Let's.
Devastated by the leak. Doesn't believe Vanessa Bryant was devastated by the leaked photos of the crash that took the lives of her husband. Hard to find someone who doesn't believe Vanessa Bryant was devastated by the leaked photos of the crash that took the lives of her husband, daughter, and friends. I spoke with an attorney who says what the evaluation request is designed to help is determine just how much damages Bryant and others will receive. Los Angeles County is asking a judge to force Vanessa Bryant, wife of the late NBA legend Kobe Bryant, to a psychiatric evaluation prior to trial.
It could, obviously hurt her settlement chances and possibly hurt her chances of getting a lot at trial. She would still be entitled to something, after all, for what happened here. The question is, how much?
Bryant is suing Los Angeles County after photos emerged from the crash site where Kobe, 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 others died in January of 2020. The lawsuit alleges it was Los Angeles County Sheriff's deputies and firefighters who took and shared the photos of the crash site, leading Bryant to suffer from severe emotional distress. The county argues the photos were never shared and distributed publicly.
No one should have to suffer through that or what she had to suffer through. Okay, the question is, how much do we want to compensate? And that depends on how serious the injuries are. And that's what this is going to be about.
Attorney Mark Reichel says this is common in civil lawsuits, and he believes it's likely the judge will make Bryant undergo the evaluation.
Anytime you put your injuries in play in a civil suit where you're trying to recover damages for how injured you are in a civil suit, the first thing the other side always says is we'd like to have an independent medical examination of these injuries.
Bryant and other families involved are seeking undisclosed damages in the lawsuit. Reichel says the outcome of the examination could either hurt or help the widow, but it's likely she'll walk away with some money.
If it's independent and it verifies what she's got to say, it may result in settlement of the case, actually, and not have a trial after all. And the definition of a great settlement is nobody's happy after it's over.
The court will hold a hearing on this request on November 5th. The trial is scheduled to begin in February. As for the deputies involved, Vanessa Bryant does name them in the lawsuit, and multiple LA County firefighters are facing termination proceedings and suspensions because of the leaks. Live at the News Center.
I'm torn. I mean, I get it. Now that he's explained it, because I didn't watch it before. I'm watching it with you all. I didn't know that this would be requested, and he said it's normal. And I'm like, the circumstances don't make it. She is so, I'm not gonna lie. I read the reports from the coroner's office. I read them all, and it was horrifying. and it was reading, okay? It was drawings, and it was horrific. So to know that the pictures got out there, and then you have to prove that it damaged you. Yeah, that was something. Her attorneys leaked this because it helps her case. Okay. It's invasive, disgusting. Yeah. Y'all, I was quite shocked. But if we want to speak on disgusting, trigger warning. Okay, this is domestic violence, and this is about to be about the woman who was assaulted I believe it was the train station. So let me put the trigger warning up, you guys, so you'll know. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen. It's not going to show anything, but it is about the woman that they did not help, and all they did was videotape. You have to prove it to win. Okay. Passengers simply aimed their phone in the direction of a woman being assaulted on a Pennsylvania train, but no one called the police. When I say at a loss for words, that you got your phone ready and you didn't call the police. Thank you, Aaliyah TV. I'm looking at the chat. I just can't talk. Yeah. Okay, so they do have to evaluate. I don't know. Yeah, I don't. Right here. How do you evaluate? It's the magnitude of it all. But this woman was assaulted in front of people. A man charged with assaulting a woman on a commuter train outside of Philadelphia harassed her for more than 40 minutes while multiple people held their phones to seemingly record the assault without intervening. More than 24 trains stops passed as the man harassed, groped, and eventually assaulted the woman. The police do not believe a single witness called 911. They are still investigating whether some bystanders filmed it. Both the man and woman got on the train at the same stop Wednesday night in North Philadelphia. Officers put the man off the woman at the last stop. So you mean to tell me he was still assaulting her and the officer had to remove him off of her? They responded within 3 minutes of the 911 call. So somebody eventually called. What we want is everyone to be angry and disgusted and to be resolute about making the system safer. Arrest records show Fiston Nigo, fuck your last name, 35, was charged with assault and related charges. The affidavit of arrest for him details the assault, including that during those 40 minutes the woman appears to be repeatedly pushing him away. Wow. I can tell you that people were holding up their phones in the direction of the woman being attacked. Elizabeth, a psychologist who researches sexual violence prevention, she said if people feel uncomfortable physically intervening, there are other options. That's all I'm going to say. If I had my gun on me, I probably would have shot him. Even if I didn't think I could physically fight, I can't. I'll need the bystanders arrested. We have multiple people. When we have multiple people don't necessarily intervene. However, more recently, research suggests that looking at the video footage of more extreme circumstances, up to 90% of the cases, we see people intervening. Let me reread that. However, more recent research actually suggests that looking at video footage of more extreme circumstances, that up to 90% of cases we do. Okay, so they're saying that people do intervene. But how did they miss this? There was no 911 call made in Philadelphia. The police were waiting at the Delaware County 911. Two stops went by. The video shows her pushing him away multiple times until he is seen ripping her pants down around 9:52. Damn. Police were waiting at the next stop, found the man and woman, arrested him, who they had to pull off the woman. She was taken to the hospital. According to the documents, the woman told him and he to please go away, but he ignored her pleas. He claimed he knew her but couldn't remember her name and tried to say it was consensual. His address last known is at a homeless shelter, but he remains in custody on a $180,000 bond. He is scheduled for court October 25th. SCPTA SEPTA issued a statement calling it a horrendous act and urged anyone witnessing such a thing to report it to the authorities by calling 911, pressing the emergency button on every train car, or using the authority safety app. There were other people on the train who witnessed this horrific act, and it may have stopped sooner if a rider had just called. When I say outdone, no words that she endured that as long as she did with people looking. But they wanted to get their phone out so they could upload it and get the most likes and the most shares. I read that and I was flabbergasted. I just really had I still don't have any words. Okay. Next story. Hospital, see. Yeah, yeah. This was a lot. Now, I don't remember this story, okay? It happened a while ago, and I'm trying to find the story of it. A lady, it recently happened to a lady. She gave birth in jail. But it's how they treated them. And something's happened. If y'all remember it, it recently just happened. The woman gave birth in jail, and the baby has passed away because they left her shackled. They didn't check on her or anything. And this young lady, because of what happened to her, they enacted some act. And I was trying to Google, you guys, and couldn't find it. I'm like, no. What did my mouse do? I know my mouse didn't just stop working. Oh. I need a battery for my mouse. Hold on, y'all. Right. No one helped that lady. Like, still at a loss for words for that.
We begin tonight with an important update on a story you saw only on local channel.
I think I've been muted the whole
all by
time.
herself inside a jail cell. Now that new mom is resting at home as the investigation grows surrounding.
First of all, I've been mute that whole time. Cha. So the woman is right. All that talking, I was on mute. Shit. There's a lady, and I've been trying to find an article because it made me go back to this one because of her, this act, this law or something came into place because of what happened to her and her baby. So I wanted to take us back to this story to lead up. But even though you go to jail, I get it, you do crime, you still don't deserve to be shackled up, and they said it had to be like extenuating circumstances to keep you shacked up. Listen to this, y'all.
her treatment behind bars.
Let's get right to Local 10 News investigator Laren Livingston live with the exclusive on this, Laren.
Louis, Lori, just for some perspective, Tammy Jackson suffers from a mental illness, bipolar schizophrenia, according to her mother, who was with her when she was released from the hospital today following several days of mental health evaluation. And her condition is delicate. This story allegedly is disturbing, but Tammy Jackson was determined to tell me what she had to say.
If anything, blessed to be alive.
And not just her, but her little girl, Miranda, born 6 pounds, 7 ounces, 19 1/4 inches long.
I'm glad she's out, and hopefully things will fall into place now. Get her the help she needs, and I can get my grandbaby.
Shirley Nixon learned from me that her granddaughter was born not in the hospital where she first held her, but rather the North Broward Bureau. She also learned that her daughter was alone in an isolation cell when she went into labor.
It was horrifying. It was horrifying when she felt I had to bend down like how I'm bending down to pick her up and tell I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to happen. She was still crying.
Later at her mother's home, I asked Tammy why she apologized to her baby.
I didn't even get clean before I had her, and also that she had hit the floor. And to me, that was hard because she's just coming out of it.
Yes, her baby survived.
Being in the jailhouse with the situation, because I'd rather for my mom to be by my side at the hospital with me having her.
Tammy was arrested earlier this year, held on trespassing and drug possession charges. She struggled with homelessness and bipolar schizophrenia, according to her mother. This incident report details how a BSO deputy saw Tammy inside her isolation cell the morning of April 10th, screaming in pain. That deputy reports later hearing a baby crying and seeing Tammy holding her child in her arms before she was rushed to the hospital.
It isn't a joke when it comes to pregnancy. And if they don't want to abide by that, they should get fired, because I don't believe no woman should really have to go through that.
I asked Tammy if she thinks anyone will ever be held accountable for what happened.
No, but they should. It was neglect and emotional abuse.
She tells me she's now looking forward to moving on from this and hopes to be reunited with her daughter soon, reminding herself that
you're a strong woman. Don't put yourself down. Not yet, just yet. Just be grateful and thankful that you standing, and yes, you are strong.
Tammy also took the time to thank the Public Defender's Office, which worked to get her released today on her own recognizance. They're also working to restore her parental rights because her child remains in DCF custody, and that's one of her grandmother's hopes as well, that little baby. In the meantime, the Internal Affairs investigation into this incident continues, and of course, anything new we learn on this, we'll pass it along to you right here on Local 10 and at local10.com. For now, we're live here in Miami Gardens.
Laren Livingston, Local 10 News. You just feel for that woman, right? Thank you, Laren.
So, the reason I bought this to you guys, edition, okay? Yeah, that was, man, I saw that. I was like, are you kidding me? Here is, let me get you to the law. I found it because I want to give us the whole perspective. Hold on, let me share my screen again. So because that happened to her, a law went into effect. It's called the Tammy Act. It got signed into law to ensure inmates in labor receive proper medical attention. Let's listen to.
Evolve your business with 2% cash back on your first $50,000 spent. 1% after that.
A Leave It to Laren investigation has led to real changes at the state level.
That's right. The Tammy Jackson Act has been signed into law, ensuring that inmates who go into labor do not go unnoticed like she did. Laren Livingston is live in Pembroke Park with details on this. Laren.
And these votes were unanimous from both sides of the state house and both legislative chambers, all aimed at keeping what happened to one mentally ill, pregnant inmate from ever happening again.
My daughter could have died behind all this. She lost her life.
More than a year later, the bitter part
Sorry.
still brings this mother to tears. There's also now the sweet.
It's in her name, and that's going to be forever. Amazing.
In the final moments of the legislative session, lawmakers unanimously sent the Tammy Jackson Act to the governor's desk. Shirley Nixon says her daughter, Tammy Jackson, has bipolar disorder and schizophrenia.
Tammy was pregnant in isolation at the North Broward Bureau in Pompano last April when she gave birth alone in her cell.
Well, I didn't know anything until you knocked on the door and told me what had happened.
An internal affairs review would later find no evidence that any BSO employee mistreated or neglected Tammy or failed to provide proper care. The investigation led the jail's medical provider to fire a doctor and nurse connected to the incident. New policies were also put into place.
A lot of these jails are starting to realize that the legislature is paying attention to what's happening inside of them.
State Representative Chevron Jones sponsored the House version of the law, which essentially bans putting pregnant women in isolation outside of extreme circumstances. Daily visits from a healthcare worker will also be required for those women in isolation. Those circumstances must be documented in a report. Also prohibited, physically restraining pregnant inmates during labor, delivery, and postpartum recovery, except in documented extreme circumstances.
Tammy Jackson is a human being. She's a mother and she's a woman. Regardless of her background or the challenges she may have in her life, it is not no one's job to deny her proper health and safety.
Valencia Gunder is an activist and dignity against rights for incarcerated women and girls. She was among the group of women who made the trip to Tallahassee earlier this year, lobbying lawmakers to act. Tammy's mother was with them, her first time visiting the Capitol building on behalf of her daughter.
It won't happen to another inmate. It shouldn't happen to another inmate.
And of course, Tammy's mother was hoping to be in Tallahassee for the signing of this bill in her daughter's name. Unfortunately, the pandemic inhibited that, but she says hopefully this only leads to more criminal justice reforms, especially for mentally ill inmates. In the meantime, we're hearing that this law goes into effect July 1st.
Now that was June 2020. The reason I showed you that was because I wanted you to see what's happening now, okay? Let me get to it. I needed you to see the background so you would know what happened. Let me share my screen. And Layla, yes, I got that coming up. Let me mute myself so y'all
I was gonna die. Like, I really thought I was about to die.
Crump, who represented George Floyd's family, says keeping Erica Thompson's baby, Ava Daniels, alive was the responsibility of Alachua County Sheriff's deputies while Thompson was in custody. He claims Daniels' death after her mom gave birth in the jail is a violation of the Tammy Jackson Healthy Pregnancies for Incarcerated Women Act, and they plan to sue all entities involved.
As we understand it, this is the first test of the state law known as the Tammy Jackson Act to see if they're going to hold detention centers accountable.
Alachua County Sheriff's detectives are investigating what led to Thompson's birth and Daniel's death, but are keeping details closed off. Crump's partner, attorney Natalie Jackson, says the tape from the time Thompson spent in jail will tell all.
And we're demanding that they'll be very fair with us and release the tape.
Sheriff's Office officials sent a statement saying they're not commenting until the investigation finishes, and there's no timeline for when that'll be, but it will be, quote, sooner rather than later. Ruel Flood, TV 20.
So yeah, I hadn't even really thought about that lately, about delivering in jail and women not having their rights, rights of good health care, having checks, like the article, and I didn't mean to click out of it, but the article said something about they are supposed to get a check every hour, like go check on them. It was really a deep article. I'm glad that they fought with the previous article about Tammy. I'm glad that that happened because, and this needs to happen across the world. That's just their area. So I'm hoping this young lady wins, because maternal health, even outside of jail, is the worst. We don't even want to get on that subject. But maternal health for black mothers outside of jail, let alone in jail, is deplorable. Okay? This article. Now, I don't want to bring this lady back up, y'all, because I did a video on her. But it just makes me worry, you know. But so Man charged with assaulting 9-year-old in Detroit. Recently paroled offender. Everybody that just came in here, thank you, y'all. I haven't given y'all the love in the chat. I see y'all. Thank you for being here. But do y'all see this? Let's see if I can make that bigger for y'all. Y'all see that? Okay. Let's read this. A 9-year-old girl's bravery under duress likely saved her life when she bolted from the vacant house to escape her rapist, authorities said on Friday. Clad only in a blanket, the girl wandered the streets of Detroit on Sunday until a woman picked her up and got help. Farmington Hills Police Jeff King said during a press conference. The man is charged in connection with the girl's kidnapping and rape and was paroled less than 5 months ago after spending 13 years for assaulting 2 minors. Aaron McDonald, 40, of Oak Park, was charged with 3 counts of first-degree sexual assault, one each of kidnapping, torture, assault with intent to do great bodily harm, and strangulation. He was denied bond and faces life in prison. A date has not been set. This man is gainfully employed, y'all. He has a job. Okay? He has a fucking job. 2 children and a 3rd child on the way. And understands the seriousness of the crimes, but asks for a bond and a tether. What? How do you ask for a bond and a tether, sir? Now, the reason I bring up this mood is rough, but this is domestic violence, and children are suffering too. So I know this isn't the mood we want to be in. I get it. I'm sorry, but yeah. And I believe that too. I don't believe pedophiles can be rehabbed. You know, I believe they can. Here's my thing with a pedophile. And y'all, let's have this conversation real quick. Let's say a man does his time, right? To me, a pedophile should just get life. Because if you get life, you don't get to get out, right? But if you give a pedophile his out date, and he makes it to his out date, okay? So now he's out, and because of his crime, nobody wants to hire him. Okay, so isn't it idle hands, idle mind? If you don't hire him, he's free to be about the street, right? He's free to wander in the park, okay, while you playing. This is where, hear me out. I'm thinking if you give a pedophile an out date and they make it, okay? There should be some type of funding, job, whatever it is, there needs to be jobs designed for him. Because if you let him loose, he needs to be able to do the bare minimum, okay? If he can't work, he can't pay rent, he can't get a place to stay. Not that he deserve it, but if they're loose on the street, then what? Castration and make him go to work. I'm here for that too, but just unemployed pedophiles running around, you know what I'm saying? Or give them life. But if you give them an out and they make it, they need to have something to be chained to. Work, castrated, go home. Pay your rent. They got their out date and then they just out to watch you. They out free to stalk you moving the streets and learn you know what I'm saying? There needs to be something. Also, I know we've got the registry, but I'm thinking like a tattoo. Chest, or if they're castrated, then we'll know. So if you choose to date a man of this, okay, then you know. Because I'm like, why do they have out dates? Why are you free to get out? You free to get out, then you free to. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. if you're free to get out, they need to have the castration going and some type of job, because people, you ain't gonna let them live nowhere for free, right? So there needs to be like janitor work when schools are closed, you know, a job that keeps them away from people at night or wee earlys of the morning. It's just, and it's not me trying to all support. If they free, they free. But they're just running around with nothing to do but harm us, you know? I cannot believe this man is married with a child on the way and just got home. Child. Oh my God. So yeah, I know it was rough. It wasn't like you know, the most fun to talk about. Not the most, it wasn't fun at all. But here's a light note that was, it's really nothing. I'm tickled at Kanye. He gets to change his name to Ye. That I was like, really? Just Ye. No first, no last. Just Ye. Period. Okay. I was like, okay, Kanye. Okay, Kanye. I've done it many times after me committed to the state. Hope the rest of his days I never rehab. Wow. Atika. I'm gonna go to therapy, not rehab. Get meds. No matter how much require oversight. That's not to be done from the comfort. He's still gonna pay child support. Right. It's Ye now, y'all, walking around already wearing his Halloween costume. Y'all don't do Ye like that. Don't do Ye. I thought in the news a little lighthearted, like Ye. Okay, Ye. Is it Ye or Ye? And y'all know what? Put it down in the chat if you agree. Do y'all think when his mother passed away, we lost Kanye? I legit don't feel that we have Kanye. Not that he's a clone. I'm not conspiracy theory. I mean, he mentally checked out, and he ain't been the same since he lost his mother. Because so much has happened. You know, I think his mother was like his, you know, I'm not close to my mom. We're not enemies, but I'm not close where there's this bond where if my mother passed away, the world would stop. And I would struggle to recuperate and recoup. I know some people that love their parents, their mother, you know, so tough that they would probably end up in a mental institute. Okay? So I really think that his mother pushed him over. Okay, yeah. He was gone before the Ye. It's crazy. Have to stand. What'd she say? It wasn't nothing to begin with, yeah. It's kind of divide on both. Some say it was after his mom. Some say it was before the stand with Kanye because he's from Chicago. There you go. Stand with Kanye. Stand with Kanye. There's a thin line between genius and crazy. He's already been different. That's how Kim K got him. Kanye got y'all food sweating before the Halloween Great Pumpkin cosplay. Don't do that. I'm still just sad what I'm gonna be. Us mothers need to prepare our children. Yeah. Holly weird. Yeah, well, he went on with the mama. I mean, with the Ye. So I don't think he would have married him if his mother was still alive. I've heard that. I did hear that. That if his mother was still here, he wouldn't have, yeah. Well, oh, and I didn't, that would have changed anyway, honestly. Yeah. And yeah, and it you know, he just seemed like he went so deep with his change, you know, but yeah. I agree. See. Well, you guys, y'all hung in there for news. Because we've had enough hot mess for the day. We don't have any more hot mess for the day. Gotta take lithium. I am going to wrap it up. I know we were going to do club, but I gotta work. I gotta work. I gotta come in early and do my live like at 8, and then we can do club. Because I was about to tell one of y'all to crank up the grill, get the grease hot. Tell the bouncer to get the door open, but I'm gonna go ahead and shut it up. We're not gonna do club. Club commentary will not open tonight. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and leave peacefully and quietly on our best behavior because we know how to cut up. Okay, y'all that hung in here with me for the chat, thank you. Who all do I gotta Poetic, K-Mac, Lucretia, Lovely Apples, thank you. 1973 Fun to Blog, SPN TV. I know, and it's almost midnight. It's a work night. I gotta be responsible, even though I'm not gonna fall asleep to 1. But I'm gonna get myself wound down. Big Daddy Conrad, Blue, Nakeen, Christine, Estrada. I don't think I spoke to you. I am, thank you, Angela Dreyer, Caroline Ann Jones, Terry, AJ, okay, my mods with the mostest, 1973, Fun to Be Blonde. Who else? Atika, Layla, Lucretia. I don't think I spoke to you coming on in here, Darlene, Aaliyah. No, Caroline. I'm cutting it down. I'm just saying my goodbyes. Abria, Averia. I hope I said your name right. Nakeen. Raj. Right. He said give him the guillotine. Thank you. Okay. Universal Marie. Yes. Bring the Mess TV. I love that name. Rita. Hey, girl. Kita B. 619. Yeah. I'm just getting some of y'all comment. Duke, did I give you some love? She Jim Dropper. Thank you for being here. I don't recall the name. I appreciate you coming by. Avira Gaskin. Hey, girl. I think I got everybody. Vegas 77. Coco. Hey, girl. Just Jay. Hey, girl. Farming in the Dale. Amazing Tribe. Yes. Queen the Lioness. Good night, you guys. Just want to make sure. I have not tried Fuck That Job Hangout Friend. Girl, I'm not about to play with y'all. Baby doll, because y'all like, we finna turn up. No, we not. No, we not. We about to go to sleep. Marie O. Those that join my membership, thank you. You guys are awesome. JYME. Is it Jim? Thank you for coming. Crackhead Willie, it's something about the name that warms my spirit, okay? Tawanda, hey girl. Snooky, Stackhouse, okay? I'm here for the name. Sophisticated Brad. Okay, I think I covered every. Sandra, Queen of Harlem, Kiki. Yeah, I think for the most part, I got all of y'all. And if I didn't charge it to my heart, Tribal, Lotus, Flower, hey girl, Lovely Apples. Wait, Miss Monet, I think. Lunda, Lady Webbs. Damn, I missed a lot of y'all. Y'all know it. Dana, Kirk, Naomi. Happy Cheers. China is not playing, okay? Kiki, I think I spoke to Kiki. Nia. It's so many of y'all. Happy Cheers. Hey. Kamikaze Kate. And that's on period. I like her name. Sandra. MM Caroline. Yes. Hi. Okay, we can shut it down. Yeah. I appreciate y'all. Y'all came through. Avoidable Owl. That's who I didn't speak to. I know I didn't speak to Avoidable Owl. Tabs Perspective. Hey, you. Okay. It's like y'all fall out the bushes. Like if more of us come in here when she's trying to go, she'll stay. I'm not about to play with y'all. K-Mac, I don't think I spoke to you. Okay, drinks on me the next club. That's right. So next club, y'all. Big Daddy Conrad, right. Hey, Tab. Drinks on her. Okay, so she gonna do the first round. I'll do the second round. If you want to be a bouncer at the club, you need to put in the comments that you'll do a bouncer. Princess said we needed bathroom attendants because we're not going to talk about what happened last time at the club, are we? No. Hey, baby red, okay? Yeah, we're not going to speak on it. AJ, okay? I don't know who baby mama was in the parking lot fighting. We're not going to speak on it either, okay? Yeah. Do right. Y'all, goodbye. Because y'all, Debbie. Hey, Debbie. Bye, Debbie.